technique, and today we will be explaining some of the ancient fencing techniques used in The Princess Bride. Now, these techniques were stated in the battle between Inigo and the Dread Pirate Roberts. We won't be going through all of them today, but we will be explaining some of the main ones, such as the Agrippa defense, Capoferro, the Thibault technique, and the Bonetti's defense. And for that, I will call out my assistant, Sriram. So, as you know from our basic fencing tutorial, we start in every fencing duel on our on-guard stance. However, Capoferro makes some adjustments to that stance. So for one, you don't keep the balance equally on your 2 feet. You keep more pressure on your back foot, and you're leaning backward and relying mostly on your defense to carry you out through the duel. And your sword will be at full extension, which means you are doing your best to endanger your opponent and make them react very quickly and improperly too. So this is Capoferro. Alright, and in order to orchestrate a Capoferro strike or a lunge, what you need to do is you need to interlock blades and then go straight for the heart. So let's do that again. So our blades interlock. Now he's in a position where he can't do anything. He can't come back to me because his blade is not at full length, and I immediately endanger him, touching his body part, and it's basically game over. Now there was no counter to this maneuver until the 16th century, when in The Princess Bride, Wesley says, "Well, I agree. Thibault cancels out Capoferro," and that's basically the question: how does Thibault cancel out Capoferro? So, with the Capoferro stance, you interlock blades and go straight for the heart. Well, with Thibault, you have to make adjustments to your body to move out of the way and endanger your opponent's head. So, for this example, Sriram will be orchestrating the Capoferro maneuver, while I will be orchestrating the Thibault. Now, when he tries to go for my heart, I completely move out of the way, which is a fatal blow, and I'm already endangering his neck. And until the 17th century, there was no counters to this too, until a famous fencer rediscovered the Agrippa defense and learned how to counter the Thibault maneuver. So I will be using Capoferro, and Agrippa, he will be using Thibault. Right, ready? So interlock, intercept. He endangers my neck. Now what I do is I cross, feet, move my head down, and endanger his torso. It's a very complicated maneuver, but there are historical references that point directly to this maneuver. And the Agrippa defense is an ancient fencing technique that was not meant to be used for fencing, but more for short-time dagger battles. So now we will be discussing the Bonetti's defense. So we don't know much about Bonetti's defense, and there are very few historical records, but we did know that Bonetti started a fencing school in London, and he was a very ineffective double agent working for Britain. However, we don't know much about his fencing, but we do know one story about him and his one maneuver. So this oarsman on a boat got really mad at Bonetti himself and tried to kill him. So what he basically did is he took out his oar and tried to belt him in the head. And all Bonetti did was basically lie down and just block the blade. So let's demonstrate. He will be the oarsman, and I will be orchestrating Bonetti's part. Ready? And then I roll down on the grass and go like that. It's not really much of a fencing maneuver, but these are all the ancient fencing techniques stated in this